The stakes of all of this, we're joined by Hassan Pirzada, geopolitical strategist and foreign policy consultant. To begin, how significant is Pakistan's reported role in persuading Washington and indirectly Israel to hold off on targeting senior Iranian officials at this moment?
Thanks for having me, Natasha. So Pakistan has emerged as a very central and high-stakes intermediary in the conflict between the states, Israel and Iran. I see as that the diplomatic landscape has shifted from just a simple message relaying to very active intervention in the military target selection of US and Israel. As you rightly say, the reports are indicating that Pakistan has played a very decisive role in pursuing Washington to pressure Israel into halting those planned strikes against the senior Iranian official, typically taking them off from the hit list, the foreign minister and the Abbas Araghchi and the parliament speaker, Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf. So Islamabad argument is very, very straightforward. They see that eliminating these figures would leave no one left to talk to effectively ending any chance of negotiated settlement for this conflict. And I see that the significance here is that Pakistan is no longer acting as just a passive mailbox. It is operating as a strategic advisor to the Trump administration, leveraging its very, very unique position as the state that representing in this conflict from both sides. While our government and our military both hold a very, very good, direct and trusted rapport with the President Trump.
From a strategic perspective, does preserving political leadership in the Islamic Republic actually increase the chances of meaningful negotiations, or is it simply buying time for continued conflict?
I think it's a very, it creates a complex strategic calculus with two competing interpretation. First, it increased the chance of negotiation by keeping Araghchi, the chief diplomat, and Kalibaf, who connect the political and security establishment alive. The pro-diplomacy faction in Tehran remains very much intact. Pakistan has already delivered a US-backed 15-point proposal to Tehran. Without a functioning political leadership which is capable of reviewing these terms, the alternative would be a decentralized military response driven by the factions within Iran. And that scenario would almost certainly escalate the conflict beyond control. It can also be a second argument it can be seen as a buying time. Critics can argue that these leaders will allow Tehran to manage its energy crisis and internal dissent. But I see that Iran, and from the sources I talk as well, Iran is reviewing the ceasefire proposal with a new sense of realism, largely because it has a threat of total infrastructure destruction remains in a powerful form of U.S.
All right, Hassan, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us. We're going to turn right now to northern Israel.